Alright y'all, just got off the lake at Clark's Hill. It's getting super hot here. The water's in the upper 80s, low 90s, and that can make it pretty tough. Talked in some other videos about either you need to get super shallow or you get super deep. Lately I've been spending a lot of time out deep. You know, electronics has long been kind of one of my weaknesses, and so I've been working to improve that, get better at understanding these offshore fish, these pelagic fish. So only way to do that is to spend more time chasing them. So that's what I've been doing, and it's something that it's obviously it's a skill. It's not just luck. It takes a lot of time to learn about these fish, where they're at, what they're doing, why they're there. But to go with that, it also requires a pretty specific you know, setup in terms of gear. It's not something that you can just, and at least in my opinion, just kind of show up and do whatever. In terms of rod, so having the right rod is essential. I've tried it in the past before I was with ALX with other rods, and I didn't have a lot of confidence. I lost a lot of fish, and you know, I think the rod was a big part of that. So it's something that if you're not used to it, you know, maybe you don't have, or you don't want to have a bunch of different rods to do it with. But ALX has one, I think, that if you want to get into it, if you want the right rod for forward-facing sonar, for scoping these deep fish, the ZOLO Hover is the one rod you need. It's a 7'3", I believe it's a medium light extra fast. The ZOLO Hover is really kind of your do-it-all rod when it comes to forward-facing sonar, in my opinion. You can throw a weightless fluke on it. You can throw probably up to about a 3/8 half-ounce head, like a minnow head. So you can fish the deep stuff. You can fish it up top when the fish are really high. And the Hover has really increased my confidence doing this. I have this rod in my hand a ton. Y'all have probably seen in my videos. I feels like I rarely put it down anymore. But that's just because I have so much confidence in it, and learning a new technique, learning forward-facing sonar, if you're just getting into it, it takes a lot, and you got to build confidence. It's tough to build confidence with it, I feel like, because these fish, it's not like you can necessarily go, oh, I know that fish is going to be on that brush pile, or it's going to be on that stump, or on that lay down, or whatever. I mean, these fish are roaming, and typically you're going to get one, maybe two casts at them, and that's it. You only are getting one or two shots at each individual fish you see, and you're just kind of running around looking for them. But the Hover, I feel like, has really increased my confidence. It's a rod that anybody can use. It's kind of middle of the road in terms of price point for ALX, and the ZOLO series. I mean, there's a reason there's the most rods in the ZOLO series. It's because this series is tried and true. They have been refining these for years now, and with the obviously forward-facing sonars kind of taking over bass fishing. So I think the Hover is probably the best rod on the market for forward-facing sonar. I'd say the ZOLO Mixed Smalls, this one's big brother, which is a 7.6. Otherwise it's almost identical in terms of everything else, but it's just a little bit longer. I'd say these two rods are my absolute favorite. They're always on the front of my deck because there's always fish that can be scoped. And like I said, I'm really trying to develop my skills with electronics. I know if I want to move up to the next level, start fishing some bigger tournaments and doing well, I'm going to have to be able to scope. And so now I feel like at least I've got the right equipment to do it, and that's sometimes that's half the battle. So make sure you guys check out ALX. The ZOLO series has a ton of technique specific rods, and really all the rod lines do. The ZOLO and the Enoch series have probably the most technique specific, that are really just very specific to one or two maybe particular techniques and presentations. The Oxum and the ICO series are oftentimes going to be your little bit more kind of all-purpose, multi-purpose rods. You can do a lot with them, but the ZOLO and the Enox, you know, if you're like, okay, I love to throw forward-facing sonar, spring for a ZOLO. So it's worth the investment. You know, they're solid rods, they're extremely sensitive, extremely strong, and you know, I've put these to the test now for about a year, and I have absolutely zero complaints. I've you know, rode them hard and put them up wet within reason, of course, and they, you know, they continue to perform perfectly day in and day out. So if you're struggling with forward-facing sonar, part of it could be your rod. Make sure you've got a ZOLO Hover on your deck. That's the only one you need. If you love it, maybe you're going to want to expand to the mixed smalls and the stroller, which are its bigger and littler siblings, and then your forward-facing machine. So that's kind of the setup that I've been using lately rod-wise. I've got that on just a Luz spinning reel. Not sponsored by Luz or anything, but that's the one that's on this. I've got 15 pounds. I like bright colored braid, blue, green, yellow, pink, whatever. I don't think it really matters, but I use an FG knot to tie a fluorocarbon leader, usually about 10 pounds. This jig head happens to be a Picasso jig head, and I've got a little zoom winged fluke on there. This is a 1/4 ounce, and this is the 4-inch winged fluke. I probably throw the full-size fluke and winged fluke a little bit more often. I do like the Sakamata shad as well. I like the OSP Do Live stick. I mean, there's a lot of forward-facing sonar baits that I think can be really effective. So just find one you like, find one you have confidence in. I think the winged fluke is a great bang for your buck. The Sakamatas are great, but they are pricey. So the winged fluke I feel like is kind of a good happy medium. But you can get all that stuff at Haddon Outdoors along with some Bahio sunglasses. You can get some TH Marine stuff to help keep your boat organized and functional on tournament day. And they've got ALX Rods there, of course, so make sure you stop by Haddon Outdoors. They've got everything you need for Clarks Hill, Russell, Lanier, Hartwell, Murray, wherever it is you're going. Haddon's has you covered. So stop in there, say hey to them, talk to them. They'll put you on the fish, and they're good folks. So it's always great to support a family-owned local business. So I know it means a lot to them, and you know, appreciate you guys stopping in there and giving them your business. But gonna take it back to the house. It's freaking hot. It's like 100 degrees out here, and I think I'm ready to go home, take a shower, and hang out in the AC. So appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys want more videos like this talking about specific rods, specific techniques, let me know. This is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter video, but if these type of things are something that you enjoy, let me know and I'll do more of them. And you know, maybe start a kind of a rod review series of all the different ALX rods I have and why I like them and what I use them for. But the Hover, man, it might just be my favorite. So I don't know. I've still got plenty of ALXs to try, and you know, things change, patterns change, but this Hover is going to be hard to beat, I think. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Keep chasing them.